It is a dark and stormy day. It's not really dark right now, but it was, and it will be again because it is very blustery. But regardless, I feel like this kind of weather is very good weather for filming a book review, which is exactly what I'm here today. I'm going to be reviewing Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. Hi everyone, it is Sam. I hope you guys are doing very well today. I am very excited because I am going to be doing a book review, and I like doing book reviews, so yay! So the book that I'm going to be reviewing today is Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. This is a young adult fantasy novel. It follows our main protagonist, Seraphina, who lives in a world where humans and dragons live alongside one another. And dragons are very unique in that they can take on human shape as well. They can use their magic to take on a human shape, so, you know, they're not walking around trampling people and scaring the hell out of them. Smart. But Seraphina is very unique in that she is half dragon, half human. Her father ended up marrying a woman that he did not know at the time was a dragon, and she ends up passing away as Seraphina is born. So Seraphina is half dragon, half human, and she actually has some skills on some parts of her body, and to some degree she has some dragon temperament as well as some dragon abilities. But this is illegal because there is a very uneasy truce between humans and dragons, and marrying amongst dragons and humans is considered to be illegal, so she has to hide her identity. But Seraphina also has a very beautiful gift. She has the gift of music. She can sing and play just about any instrument very well and evoke a very strong emotion in those who listen to her music. She's trying to stay out of the forefront, out of kind of the public eye, but she resides in the castle and is the tutor to the princess, and she ends up capturing the attention and heart of both the princess and her cousin, the prince, the bastard prince, who she is also betrothed to. And there soon comes to light that there is potentially a plot to kill the royal family and to break the uneasy truce between dragons and humans. And Seraphina kind of becomes involved in that mystery and that plot. Overall, I thought Seraphina was just okay. I ended up rating it 2.5 out of 5 stars. The beginning was good. It captured my attention. I do like that Rachel Hartman took some typical fantasy tropes and put nice twists on them to make them her own. But I think in some cases they fell really flat. The dragons, for example, she made the dragons without emotion, because they felt that emotion was a kind of a disease that they would try to purge from each other if they started to feel an emotion, such as love, hatred, anger. But it just made the dragons fall really flat. So when I was reading a character that was supposed to be a dragon, they all kind of felt the same, and they were really annoying. Like, I didn't much care for the dragons. I didn't really much care for how they were portrayed. I mean, it was a unique twist to it, but I didn't really like it. It didn't really work for me. I felt that Seraphina, a lot of the time, fell a little bit flat as well. I guess because she's part dragon, she kind of lacked emotion to a certain degree, but I didn't much care for it because she didn't make her a very interesting character. I found the characters around her to be a little bit more interesting, but it was difficult because this is told in first-person perspective. So you're primarily getting the story from her mouth, if you will, her mind, so you don't get a whole lot of the other characters. I also like this whole idea of the grotesques, which are these, I guess, basically other people that she has a psychic link to, but have the power to overwhelm her. And so she has to tend, basically kind of like a mind palace. If you watch Sherlock, how he has a mind palace, she kind of has that, where she has to keep control of this link to these other people, which she calls them grotesques, because there's a person in her kind of mind palace or mind garden that resembles this person, and she kind of has to tend them to make sure they don't overwhelm her, because if she gets overwhelmed, she'll like go into a seizure and kind of lose consciousness, and bad things will happen. So that idea, that concept is quite interesting. There wasn't a whole lot of magic in this book, which was fine. I mean, there is magic, but it wasn't explained, which I don't think I much care for. The world was really, really interesting. I think the setting of this book was very intriguing. It was kind of like almost a dramatic Eastern European type of a setting, which I thought was kind of cool and interesting. I like this idea of a truce between humans and dragons. The consequences of that truce, I think, was very intriguing. But overall, the book itself just fell flat. The writing was nice, but it got really boring halfway through. Basically, not a whole lot happened for 150, 200 pages, and I started to lose interest halfway through, so I ended up getting the audiobook to finish it. listening to it while I was doing other things just because I was losing so much interest in the story. It really didn't capture my attention. I don't know if I will be continuing on with Shadow Scale. If I do, it will be a long while for now. I have a lot of other books that I know will be good that I'd rather get to. So overall, it was a little bit of a disappointment. Again, I rated it 2.5, 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't the best book I've read. It wasn't the worst. It just fell kind of flat. It's kind of boring, sadly, unfortunately. It happens. I don't know. If you guys have read Shadow Scale, you'll have to let me know if it improves upon Seraphina, if it gets better in the terms of its writing and storytelling. I would be interested to know that, to see if it is worth my time continuing. But overall, right now, I'm thinking I won't be, because it was not my favorite story. Alright guys, that is it today for my review of Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. You'll have to let me know down in the comments how you felt about the book, whether you liked it, what were some things you liked, some things you didn't, and again, let me know if Shadow Scale is any better than Seraphina. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading. Bye!